Yeah, look, there are differences between men and women. Believe it or not, there are actual differences between men and women in terms of things like hormones and all of that kind of stuff. And yes, there are valid arguments out there that some women will swear by, and some women will say this works better for me. I've always said to people, whether they be men or women, if something is working for you, that would be a sign that that's a thing that ain't broke. Ergo does not need fixing. So let's not go fixing things that ain't broke. If you are either a man or a woman who finds 2 meals a day is more convenient, more doable for you, and you are weight stable if that's your goal, or you're gaining weight in terms of muscle mass if that's your goal, or you are losing fat mass if that's your goal, if it's all going according to plan, then it's not broken, is what I'm saying. What I'm talking about again is the middle of that curve, what is probably most likely to be ideal for most people.
Is there any concern with not eating enough protein if you're doing 2 meals a day that you're not temporarily kicking yourself out of ketosis?
Well, the only way to find that out is to try it and to see what happens over the next 3 or 4 weeks. If you're having a problem in that regard, the most likely things that you're going to notice are going to be things like muscle twitches, almost certainly in the legs, and usually at night time. Possibly you might experience some mild palpitations of the heart. You might have difficulty sleeping or relaxing. Those would be the most obvious signs that you would sense. And you'll also be probably a bit thirsty. And you'll have a strange sense that you fancy salt. I want salt. If you're not experiencing any of those things and your body composition is doing what you want it to do or is moving in the direction you want it to at large, again, let's not fix that. But if you notice any of those things are happening, then what we might need to do is pull some of the protein out of one of your meals and bring it into the other one, leaving the other one a higher fat, less protein, and probably less energy dense meal. And then if we get that happening, we might just make that meal progressively smaller over time and the other one progressively bigger until you are eating 1 meal a day anyway. We will get you. You will comply, basically, is what I'm saying. I'm the science. Trust me, safe and effective, basically. Yeah. Don't question the science. All of that's a joke for those of you that didn't get that, of course. Yeah. So that's what Brian's talking about. The idea that we should eat 1 meal a day, ideally, is under the idea that it is important to cause an insulin spike in your blood when you eat sufficient to prevent your kidneys from becoming leaky for basically electrolytes that you get from various salts. Also has an effect on your thyroid function over time as well if you don't get this done. So that's what we're talking about. Well, let's get most of your protein in one. If you're going to eat 2 meals a day, fine, but let's get most of your protein in one of those, is what I'm saying.